Hello everybody, welcome to a special commentary I'm doing for right now. So I know you've probably watched Last Galactic Raider 2024. So I just want you to know this is a different commentary I'm going to be doing. So this part of the video will be a part of the opening, and this video will be part of the, so I'm not going to talk about me talking about the opening, but I'm going to talk about the film itself. So this is a different type of commentary I'm going to be doing from now on, so I hope to do this for more films. So while I get started, let's get started. God, I can't get enough of the song. And yes, I did get this opening for my opening from the score for Galactic Sentinels. So this opening that you're watching right here is something I got a reference from both Star Wars and the Power Ranger movie. So yeah, I wanted to mix it all together in one. Alright, so the opening here, I really put my effort at trying to tell an opening. So I wanted to tell it as best as possible and be as coherent as possible. Also, when it came to Billy Ray's part of being the narrator for the scene, so he gave me his recording on his phone, sending it to my phone. Hold on. So the opening that you're watching right here, Billy did do it perfectly. I told him to read it. Read was on the script, and he was like, "Okay, I'll do that." So he did that basically. So in this case, I guess there was one part he didn't say, but he didn't necessarily have to say it. So I went through the whole thing with him, telling him I want him to read what's on the script. Now, this opening where you see in the bear cage, now we filmed in this area tons of times, like lots of times. I mean, really lots of times we filmed in, the bear cages of Franklin Park, of the Franklin Park area. So, in this case, I originally wanted to film in two different other spots for Count Bloodwing's lair or hideout that he stays in another planet. So my only issue was I have to edit out this because technically over the walls over there that you're watching, there's actually a road, actually a highway road there. But I did the easy thing is instead of me saying it through the mask, I decided to record it first in order to make it look like I'm doing the creature mask without the mask basically. So basically the story is that these space masters of terror came to the world. They want to control everything in the whole entire galaxy. They want to control planets, they want to control the people, they want to control like everything. So I am working on a sequel for this, but I'm gonna need a lot more time for it. A lot more time. So this scene you're watching here is just me showing, like, not everybody's going to the mall these days, so you could say it's reflecting in real life times, like how people are not really going to the mall in generally. And the AI robot, I actually didn't plan that. I just saw him I just saw the guy in the area, with his AI robot. I asked him a couple questions and also got his card, and he was able to show me his organization. And Space Warriors suck ass. That's a special effect. It wasn't a real pepper spray. Well, it wasn't a real spray that spray paint thing that anybody used. And yes, I did use the whole ring thing. So originally for Last Star Challenger, it was supposed to be called Last Star Raider. So my original plan was to have Xander Darkblood be the villain for that film, but unfortunately I just felt like I want to save this for a much more bigger project in the future. So I originally was going to do Last Star Raider back in 2014. I even had Billy record his line, to play like, I don't know, some type of AI or robot or some type of robot for his character. So originally there was going to be I was originally going to have Xander Darkblood be the villain, but so many things have happened over the years because I wanted it for a special part for the movie. And this scene that you're watching right here is him just talking about, how everything just sucks. Like, everything just straight up sucks. Like, everything's just, like, we got people stealing charity money. We got people who don't care about shooting. Which, basically, what I wanted to reflect in real life. How it is true how people just hear about shooting. They just don't really care about it anymore. And it's just like, it just seems like, really, this is the future we're living in. Like, people don't care about, shootings these days. They just brush it off like it's just nothing to worry about. But either way, for this scene, I wanted my character to explain, how things kind of suck. Now, I know it's the usual tradition showing that in the future, things are going to suck. Everything's going to be not so great. So, I mean, the whole thing about this movie is about my character is a person who wants to make sure things are fair. How things could be fair, things could be much more greater or much more fairer for right now. But he's just like, yeah, I want to do it, but I don't know if it's me or not, whatever. So he goes back home, he plays his PS6. So I definitely got that I just definitely utilized the picture from Google. So I really utilized that picture and managed to add it for that scene. So yeah, so I'm not really playing a game. I just bought a PS5 controller to show that I'm playing some modern games, because the games I have, technically, I still have my PS2, I still have my Dreamcast, I still have my GameCube, but some other things, I didn't want to use those controllers because I don't want to seem like, like he's using old controllers, and she's used like what kids are using these days for controllers for their Sega Genesis. Well, sorry, not Sega. Like for their Xbox, PlayStation 5, Wii controllers. Yeah, but so the whole point, this scene is that I found the ring, and the Space Angel knows that I found the ring, and he wants me to. So the effect that you're watching here is him, feeling the power of the ring take hold of him. So yes, it's giving him an anxiety attack. It is giving him a very, serious anxiety attack. So it's now, for anyone to say anything, yes, it's because he found the ring. The reason why he's, he doesn't now. Perhaps saying, well, why doesn't he not know that the ring has powers? Because he doesn't know what the ring was at first. He didn't know what the ring was, so he took it with him. And the moment when he saw, space, he's like, I need to get eye drops. That's so weird. So this panic attack that you're watching was not a real panic attack, I promise you. It was not a real panic attack. It's me going full actor right here. Me going full actor, me just acting my ass off. And I'm not really having a panic attack. It's just acting. I assure you, I was acting. This is my Oscar-worthy acting. Yes. So I wanted to go full, I don't know, Jennifer Lawrence or Leonardo DiCaprio or either one of the great actors we have in Hollywood, or big time actors we have here in Hollywood, or movies in general. So the 911 operator character was actually me doing my traditional Australian accent. So the whole GPS thing, that's the now new thing I want to kind of create, like, trying to create a GPS that can, locate the person who's calling to get the ambulance to get to their location. Yeah, so the whole, you know how you have like a GPS and, it can get you like anywhere, and some people can try to locate your GPS. So yeah. That's what that scene was basically for. So this scene, he just throws the ring to the side, like thing. Screw this thing. I don't want this thing anymore. So the whole purpose that the ring is that the ring chose him. Now that he's picked up the ring, he now has been chosen to be a last galactic raider. So the ring basically, so it was sort of similar like Power Rangers 2017, where they have their little power coin things, and it follows them like place to place. So I wanted it to be exactly like that, like everywhere he goes, the ring goes. And what else can I really say? The whole point about this scene is that he's trying to get rid of the ring because he doesn't want it anymore. So he tries flushing it, and of course it leads to him, still not getting rid of the ring. So he tries flushing it down the toilet. Then he turns around the next second. Then he finds the ring basically sitting on his coffee table, basically. So originally I was supposed to show the scene for that on the desk, seeing how the desk is kind of close to the bathroom over here. So the whole idea is that he was going to use the hammer to whack it on the desk, basically. So so either way, what else can I really say? So these special effects that you're watching, these are definitely from Quoro Video Studio Pro X9, and I love the software. It's really some groundbreaking stuff I've done in my entire life. So the person who's voicing the Space Angel is Dan Udry. So Dan, I recorded his lines as best as possible. He, just to let you guys know, he won't be in my films physically anymore because it's for his own personal reasons. But either way, I do like the fact that he still wants to be in my movies, that he'll still be in my movies, just not physically in the movie, basically. So I guess the last film he was physically in was last. Wait, it was like Destiny of Space Ranger. So this scene is like, okay, he's having another panic attack, except in this case, he's just puking right here. So you know how you get like a panic attack and you also feel like you're about to puke, while getting that panic attack. This is one of those scenes. So the next scene that you're about to watch is him trying to overcome his anxiety, basically. So the first thing I did was film the part where he overcomes the whole situation. The last thing I did, now how was I able to do the sweat? Easy. I was able to take a little container, put water in it, then spray it on my forehead and all over myself, make it look like I'm sweating profusely, like constantly sweating, like awfully. So yeah, so that was a simple special effect I was able to use, and it was perfect. So my character is just trying to breathe, to take control of his anxiety, basically. So the shot that you see after this, that was the first shot. The shot you saw first was the second shot I actually wound up doing. So it was more like do the part where he overcomes his anxiety, then show the part where he is having his anxiety, basically. So I actually had to look at details of what it means, what it's like to feel like you're having an anxiety attack or anxiety or panic attack. So for this scene right here, he now accepts what he wants to do now. So the next day, he decides to, kind of change his ways, kind of change the way how he does stuff from now on. So he starts taking down his, pictures of certain things. Yeah, so right here, he takes down the picture of Lucy. Oh yeah, I do like the fact that I switched the word, I switched an F-bomb with a different F word. So, just to let you know, this scene was not part of the script. This was not part of the script at all, because I didn't write for him to, take down his, pictures. But the first scenes I filmed were kind of shot where I didn't have the pictures on the wall. So it doesn't make sense that I have the pictures on the wall, but, I have the pictures not on the wall for one particular thing. So I want things to connect with this film. Like, I want to explain why that happens, why this moves along, why that moves along. And to be fair, it was perfect. It was really perfect. So this was, like I said, this was not part of the script. This was definitely not part of the script. This was just all improv. So I have worked at a job and told them I want to put in my 2 weeks notice. So this was when I was working for Marshalls and AMC. So when I worked for them, I told them I want to put in my 2 weeks notice. And for the same for AMC, I told them I wanted to put in my 2 weeks notice. And that's how the best way you say that you want to quit. You want to say you want to quit, and given your 2 weeks notice, you can do that. And this scene, I took a little bit inspiration from that '70s show. That part where Red Foreman mentions about Kitty, sleeping for the next 5 days, and he says, She hasn't done this since she found out Elvis died in a crapper. So yeah, I wanted to take that part with Elvis and switch it to Michael Jackson, basically. Because yes, he did die from cardiac arrest. So I originally, for this scene, I wanted just to explain, like, how does he find the spaceship of the last Galactic Raider. So I wanted that to be added in for those parts of the scenes, but this was the scene I intended for this part of the scene. So there were, of course, a lot of parts I had to edit out. It was supposed to be a little bit longer, so I decided to cut it a little bit more longer. So this film, if I didn't cut those things, this film might have been an hour and probably 20 minutes. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just paraphrasing and thinking about it. So yes, this costume, the jacket that you seeing right here, I did use that for Megaforce. So yeah, the Megaforce jacket, I'm not going to use that ever again because I will keep the shoulder pads, but the jacket itself, it's not in good shape. That poor jacket is totally not in good shape. I'm dead serious. It's not in good shape. It's ripped up. It's ruined. It has holes, like tons of holes. It's like some parts there where it has like a rip part. It's like I haven't even cleaned it since 2019. So yes, you can tell that this jacket looks like it's has had better days. So in the next film, I'm not going to use this jacket ever again. I'll figure out what I can do for the shoulder pads, but this jacket I'm never using ever again because I do want to probably go as Mad Max at an anime convention or Comic-Con or whatever. So here I really wanted to use the music for Sonic vs. Shadow in Sonic Adventure. So part of me was going to release this at a film festival, but I don't know if they would accept video game music at a film festival. So that's why it's like, damn it, I want to use it at a film festival, but I really want to use, that music so damn bad. So I'm like, oh. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to have to not release it at a film festival. Because I really want to use the music for that game so bad. Because, I really wanted to use it that good. So yeah, I did work on the special effects for this movie. So I wanted to explain how does he even know how to fly this thing if he's never flown it before. So I decided for the scene where he's playing a video game, I wanted to be like, yeah, why not make it look like he learned it from playing video games, basically. So, that's the best way I can describe it. Like, he learns from playing video games, and he realizes that's the best way he wants to, ride the thing, like it's a video game, basically. And yes, the creature masses, yes, these are something new I'm using. And yes, I did buy them at Party City. And just so you know, I did all the creature voices. So I did a lot of auto-tuning for these scenes. So the first thing I say I do is do the auto-tuning first. Then, do them for the later scenes. This creature mask, you've probably seen me worn tons of times. The only difference in this creature mask that you're seeing right here is I just bought a Batman mask. So, think about it. It's a Killer Croc mask that's wearing a Batman mask. So, kind of let that sink in. And I'm going to let you know this right now. Those creature masks were not fun to wear. They were not fun to wear at all. They really were not fun to wear. They really were not fun. They were so uncomfortable. Like this mask and the purple creature mask that you see me wearing, they were not comfortable. They really were not comfortable at all. This I had to like cut like the back half, like the back of it, to make it not be so tight. Because when I put it on my face, it was like it was squeezing my face, dude. Like the whole thing looked like it was squeezing my face with me just wearing it. Same thing with the purple mask. Like it was wearable, but not comfortable. It was like wearing those masks were not comfortable, and especially with the creature mask you see right here. That damn thing is gonna kill me. That is gonna kill me right there. I mean, I may not be in the house. I mean, it was more comfortable wearing it inside of a building, but wearing it outside, I swear to God, it's like when you eat so much and you're like putting a lot down your throat and you put water in it and you just like feel like it's like you feel like you're about to like you need the Heimlich a move, like it's like ridiculous. That's how uncomfortable these masks were. And the creature glove that you see me wearing, like that, I had to only wear one because if I wear two of them, it's gonna suck even more worse. Because I'm like, I gotta press the camera first in order to do stuff. So I decided, nah, how about I just wear the one on my right hand and just still press the camera button with my left hand. So that's why you hardly see my left hand with the creature mask. Now with the scene with me in the apartment, scene where Bloodwing is in my apartment, that scene alone, you were able to get me wearing both of the creature gloves. So those masks were not comfortable. 3 of those masks, the green one, the one with the horns, the purple mask one, they were not fun to wear. These masks were really not fun to wear. The Killer Croc mask, I was able to wear that, so it wasn't that much of a pain. But would I suggest other actors? No. But, what else could I explain? So, for the Space Angel, I grabbed my usual mask, that mask you may have seen in, the Blue Striker franchise. So I got a whole face mask, a white full face mask, and freaking the Phantom type of mask, and just put sunglasses with the like over the mask. Oh, and Nostalgia Critic episode, so I decided for that to be in the scene, basically. What else can I really say? So this scene right here that you're watching, I'm learning how to use the sword because technically my character has done martial arts, but he wants to kind of use his martial arts to learn how to use the sword. So I wanted to explain, how does he know how to use the sword if he's never used it before? And how is it that he becomes a professional with the sword by fighting the tall swordsman guy? Alright, so this scene, I guess you probably are wondering, did you really drop your pants in that scene? Yes, I dropped my pants in that scene. Yes, I dropped my trousers, but I didn't. The whole point was is that the sword kind of made his pants drop. So kind of like the strap part of the pants made it drop. So you don't see it in this scene, but how I edited it, I wanted to show how I just pull up my pants, not really show. So the shot that you saw is just me pulling my pants up because I had to edit, very carefully. But yeah, I did the shot that I originally saw that I shot. I did see a piece of my underwear, so I decided to cut that as best as possible. So just showing you guys just me lifting up my pants, and that's it. So I didn't want to sell myself that way, so I did do that before with VR Soldier 2020, like literally dropping my damn pants. So don't worry, I'm not going to do that again. But alright, now for this scene with Billy Ray's character as the Mothman. Now, let me just tell you one thing. Mothman was supposed to be the complete main villain. So what I originally wanted to call this, Last Star Raider. That's what I originally wanted to call it, but I decided to change it a bit. Like, what if I change it to Last Space Raider? So for Last Space Raider, I wanted, Mothman to be the main villain for the film. But I decided, why not kind of do it a little different? Like, why not just have Mothman be like a side villain and have, Count, Bloodwing be a villain. So for this scene with Gavin, he was supposed to say a line, but I recorded it too fast. So you barely could hear him say the line. So this scene I did reference from Airplane. So that part where Thing says to Leslie Nielsen, where he says to Leslie Nielsen, "Surely you're not serious." Of course I'm serious, and don't call me Shirley. So I wanted to take that part of that movie, and try to make it more of my own original take on it. And Gavin was very helpful for the scene. Unfortunately, well, not really unfortunately, because there was a guy on a bike who saw me with the confetti gun scene. Now, the scene came out perfect when I filmed it with Gavin, but unfortunately, this guy saw me with the confetti gun scene. So yes, I spray painted it to look black. It was originally red or orange or whatever. So he was like, so the guy who saw us filming was like, you can't show that. People are gonna mistake that for a real gun, dude. And I'm like, I assure the guy it's not a real gun. I swear to you, it's just what we're doing. It's just an act. And I didn't show it in the maybe I might be able. No, never mind. But either way, the guy said, you should be careful when you shoot stuff like that because people can take the wrong idea with stuff like that. And I was like, no, you're not wrong, dude. You're right. Yes. So I didn't argue with the guy. The guy went on his merry way, and I assured the guy that this whole thing was just an act. It's not me robbing him, literally. But yeah, you can say this is one of my best acting, me sounding dead serious. So, the way how I wanted the scene to turn out, like, I wanted it to be like the scene from Get Out. Like, the part where Chris's friend in Get Out shows up. So, at that part where he thinks it's the racist police officer that was harassing him, but surprisingly, it's not the racist police officer. It's his friend, who shows up in the end, who's like, I told you not to go, man. Seriously. So either way, that's the best way I can describe this scene. And I originally did not want a teleport effect for the scenes, but I wanted to explain like how do I even show up for those one particular scenes. Now I could have just saved the teleport effect for Manny Austin Anderson's scene. So this area you're watching, I really wanted to film like, you know, the layer of where Mothman lives, basically. Now that shirt I did not tell Manny to wear because he just happens to be wearing that shirt, to be honest. Originally he wasn't supposed to say stupid Negro, but he was originally supposed to say punk ass Negro. And yes, you did use the soundtrack. What was supposed to be the soundtrack for what was it? From Sonic Sonic RAIDER. So this is more of me changing the audio tune for the soundtrack for Sonic RAIDER. So I originally wanted to use this song for Last Galactic Raider, or as it was originally called, Last Star Raider. I originally wanted that in the sound because, you know, I just wanted that song in there because it felt the character needed that song. Black Raider Panther Power, basically. So I do like the fact that I kind of changed the audio a bit on this because the audio is like, well, the original audio with my voice was good, but I mean, I could make it better and make it more of a robotic type of tone. I didn't want to do the usual thing I keep doing in my movies, like, you know, us improvising, us fighting, because, you know, when we do that, you know, it just comes off us being off camera or something like that. But yeah, I could have done better with the camera shot where I say, you know, you want Black Raider Panther Power, you know, you got it. Alright, but either way, for that scene, I think I could have shot it better or make it a lot more wider as possible. Alright, now for that line of dialogue, I got from that one scene from the Boondocks where, you know, Riley in the car says, "I'm just saying, ho," and Granddad's like slapping him repeatedly, and Huey, you know, grabbing on the wheels, and he's like, "I'll bet you won't say it again, ho." Like, yeah, that's where I got the idea from. And now for the scene with me and Billy, originally I didn't plan for it to be, you know, cloudy for that day. So, yeah. Now, let me explain what happened here. The reason why I had to use subtitles for that scene is because usually around the area in this part, you know, there's a lot of bike crew people in the area. So I try to see if I can eliminate the sound, but I decided let me do my usual thing, like give him subtitles to explain what he's saying. I mean, if I could have had Billy record his line, you know, after shooting the scene, but I decided, nah, I think, you know, I want him to explain what he's trying to explain. So I could have done the next day where I could have just had Billy, you know, record his line so you can hear him better. But I decided, nah, I'll do my usual thing. And for the sword clinging effects, I actually didn't get that from. I really did not get that from, you know, off the internet. I created the sound effect. So what I did was I took my seasoning, bowl, and put the recorder in there, and got a knife and used that to cling it right there. So the clinging sound effect was perfect when I saved it onto the computer and I did like 2 audios, one for it to sound like a sword and one to sound like I don't know, a little kid banging on the pots and pans or whatever. All right, for that part right there, I didn't say exactly what I was supposed to say. I kind of said sort of similar what I was supposed to say, but not exactly what was on script. So the whole point right here is that he's been injected with bug venom or moth venom. So the whole point is that he's getting his anxiety, back again. And this is the part where he tries to super overcome it right here. And he's like, so I didn't originally meant for him to be so you couldn't say, I'm not going to say I was trying to make him superhuman, but still trying to make him human as possible, but who basically needs certain other things to keep him steady, like the medication that he had for that scene. So I'm afraid Mothman is faded out of existence. Okay, black balls. I mean, I didn't know what I was coming up with, so I decided to write that in there. So this is the part where he introduces himself to Bloodwing. Did not let Bloodwing know that he is the last, Galactic Raider, basically. Now, for the heart scene that you're about to see right here is basically what I did was I bought a dragon fruit. I had dragon fruit before, and I said to myself, "Good God, it looks like a bunch of bug eggs or whatever." So I decided, why not use a dragon fruit, make it do a splattering effect? Because I don't think I do a lot of splattering effects in my movies. So I went to YouTube, recorded a heartbeat sound effect. And for the blood, I wanted it to be like, Mothman, had a combustion, basically. So what I did was I cut open the dragon fruit. Then for a blood effect, I could have used red food coloring, but I decided, why not use blue food coloring to make it seem like an alien's heart. But so I did that scene, and so now for this scene right here, Bloodwing's gonna come after my character, and threaten him and intimidate him, basically. So this is when he gets back to his house. He's still have some bug venom in him. So originally for BFF Sam's character, I originally wanted Sam to be played by Cusco, but unfortunately for right now, she's doing some college stuff at this time. I mean college stuff where she's out of the state, basically. So I originally written for Sam to have more than 2 scenes, like the first scene with Xander, the second scene where Xander shows that he has a last Galactic Raider ring, and a third scene where Sam is worried about Xander, basically. Alright, now for the monster, well, evil monster laugh that you hear a number of times in this movie. I have a voice changer thingy that can kind of change voices. Now I used this thing before. I used it tons of times, a few times. If I need something more authentic. So I used that. I made a reference to Tom and Jerry, that part where Tom does that evil laugh, like "Give me power," like yeah, that scene from Tom and Jerry. So I could have said special thanks to Tom and Jerry also, because that's where I got the idea from that movie. Oh, sorry, that show. Why I say movie? Really? Why I say movie? So now for this scene, this is the whole. I did shoot this scene twice. Now the second part that was shot twice was me saying the dialogue and me saying, me doing the certain other scenes. But I had to shoot it again because the first shot with dark blood with me in the mask didn't come out exactly as I hoped. It was all blurry. You couldn't really see what was going on. So when I did it a second time, it came out perfect. It came out beautifully perfect. So I had to remember what I said for certain scenes and how I said certain scenes, or I can reenact certain scenes. So the scene where I, do the monster growl thing. So, for that scene, I don't know if I did the voice changer thingy or the auto-tune thing, but I did use it I think I used either one, basically. Oh, and the strobe lights, if you have epilepsy, don't watch this scene. If you totally have epilepsy, do not watch the scene. Do not. Because it's just going to make you have a seizure or something like that or whatever. So, what else was I going to explain? Oh, yeah, the clapper scene, I just improvised on that one. Now, originally, some of the parts didn't come out exactly, well, some of the voice parts for the creature voice or Bloodwing voices, didn't come out exactly as I hoped, so I kind of had to draw subtitles for people to understand what he's trying to say. Oh, another thing I should probably mention, the part where he says, "Don't just defy me, don't you defy me." So, where I got that from, you're gonna be surprised. The Dr. Robotnik song for Sonic Adventure 2, that one part in the song where he says, "Don't just defy me, don't you defy me." That was like the end part of that song. So this scene right here I shot at the Franklin Park area. And I thought that spot looks beautifully perfect, showing like how he comes from outside of the city to inside of the city. Now, I originally I actually shot this whole scene all in one day. So, meaning there was a couple of things I still had to do for that day, like get the word out, like post flyers. And for the space flying scenes, I really was on my A game right here. Like I wanted to make sure that the scene was groundbreaking, great to look at, and just all around, me doing the best way I can to show the special effects. Alright, so for me in my spaceship, and for Bloodwing in his spaceship, You know, I shot all that in one night. Huh? I shot that all in one night. You know, when I was in my apartment. So the Blood Wing scenes, I shot those early. They did my expression of doing the scenes, how the scenes should look. But then I recorded them also. So the recording came first, the filming came second, and the editing came last. Oh, and for the block bots, that was definitely voiced by Jason Cooper, one of my new actors who I plan on using in the future. So I wanted this scene to be as epic as possible, basically, so... So originally for that scene I was going to have his spaceship go through this building, then later go the opposite way of the building. Yeah, just editing this scene was challenging. The whole edit for this scene was just challenging for me, and I mean, there were a couple of spots I did want the block bots to be at, but I just felt like I just needed to shoot that at all. I mean, I shot the location, but for the block bot to be there, I had to scrap that. So the whole purpose about this film is all about hope. Like, there's still hope in the world. There's still hope and justice in the world. You know, if you work really hard for it. So for this scene, I wanted him to feel like, you know, I finally done it. I finally showed there's hope in the world, basically. And that scene, I did not rip off from anything. That's my own originality, right there. For this scene, he's saying, should I still keep this ring now that I feel like I'm done? So I did do 2 flushes for that scene originally, but then I decided to add a flushing sound effect. So, meaning using my recorder to record the toilet flushing. You know, so I did that. And once again, he can't get rid of the ring, basically. So, also for the green screen effects, they were literally the best part that I really enjoyed a lot doing. So I can't just tell you how fun it was use the green screen effects. Like, try my best to not show any green, or try my best to make it look like it's like it's really like a really better effect of me doing it. So I learned that from the other films. So yeah, that was an easy edit. All I had to do is just remember which spot I was standing at, then do an edit where I wear the jacket, basically. So the whole lesson for this movie is you can always say no. Like, yeah. Like, the power is yours. If you don't want to do nothing, you don't want to do anything that you don't think you're capable of, just say no. So the whole idea is, like, if you don't want to do this, if you feel like this is too much anxiety on you, then just say no. All you can just say is no. Like the song says, my answer is no, or the word is no. So, for this scene, he now realizes that, you know what? I could have said no, but I guess I might as well just say maybe. Maybe I'll keep this thing. And no, for this scene, I'm not shrinking. I'm just walking out of frame, basically. So I mean, if it looks like I'm shrinking, then, you know, my apologies. Yeah. So now we're on the credits. So I had nothing else to really say at all. All I can just tell you is that I do plan on doing maybe 2 more of these movies. I make a trilogy or make a 4, whatever the word is for a 4th film. If I do have the time to, I mean, because I want these to still stay tradition. Maybe not too tradition where I wear the, you know, pad. So for this mid-credit scene I did plan for, I was supposed to have like makeup on the mask, make it look like I've, you know, survived being blown to smithereens or burned to smithereens. So so the skeleton hands you see right here, I originally wanted that for the alien creature with the horn on his head. But I decided, well, what if in the end, you know, Count Bloodwing's hands got set on fire to crisp. So I said, yeah, why not use that for that? So either way, the credits, you know, I try to credit everything, not legit everything. Like I wanted to credit, like, you know, whatever I could credit, basically. So yeah. So I even credit, you know, Manny as fights, as I credit Manny in stunt parts. Gavin also in the stunt parts. Well, Billy. I mean, for Billy's part, I credit it for some strange reason. So either way, I worked on the special effects, I worked on the green screen, I worked on everything in this movie. So if you enjoy this film, what it is, a pure, you know, extravaganza of action, adventure, sci-fi, or, yeah. So, yeah, and yeah, I do credit myself as film editor. So, really, all I can say is, you know, please check this film out when you can. If you want to have any more questions for me, you know, maybe I'll do another behind the scenes of this in the future. So, it's moving on to the end right now, so I'm going to have to stop for the moment when I see my face in the end. You know, I'm going to pretty much stop this video.